All right, so the next ones we're graphing a parabola that is just in the regular form, not in standard form. If you were using a graphing calculator, that'd be easy one to punch in since it's solved for y. There's two different ways you can solve this. One way is to do completing the square. The other way is just using a little formula to find the vertex, which is the way I prefer to do it. And so they tell you that if you want to find the x value of your vertex, you're going to do minus b over 2a. And the a, b, and c are just like when you use the quadratic formula. So b would be 4, a would be 2, so I would have minus 4 over 2 times 2. And then I would simplify that, so I would have negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1. So when you make your table, negative 1 is going to be the middle value on your table. Then you want to do 2 points on each side of that. So 0, 1, negative 2, and negative 3. And then basically just putting your things in for x and solving. So I would do 2 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 plus 7. I'd probably just grab my calculator and use my calculator, but since I've got ones, that's probably easy enough to do. 2 plus 4 plus 7 would give me 13, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to put zeros in for my x's. So that would be 0, that would be 0, I would get 7. Then I'm going to put my negative 1 in. So 2 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1. Negative 1 squared would be 1 times 2 would give me 2 there. That would give me minus 4. So 2 minus 4 would be negative 2 plus 7 gets me 5. Eraser just erases too much at one time. 2 times negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2. We should know it's going to come out to be 7, but we'll just double check to make sure it's working out right. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And then plus 7. Hey, it does give me 7. So I know I'm on the right track. And then I've got to do my negative 3. 2 times negative 3 squared plus 4 times negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Minus 12 plus 7. 18 minus 12 is 6, and 6 plus 7, 13. I now have my 5 points that I can go ahead and plot. So 1 goes all the way up to 13. 0, 7. Negative 1, 5. Negative 2, 7, and negative 3, 13. And I have my parabola that looks something sort of like that. So if you look on the Alex explanation, this is probably the alternate explanation. If you go to the bottom of the explain page, sometimes there's extra explanations. So number 2, if we want to graph our parabola, first thing we're going to do is find the x value of our vertex. So we're going to do minus b over 2a. Our b value is going to be 12. Our a value is going to be 3. So I'm going to have minus 12 over 2 times 3. And so the x value of our vertex is going to be negative 2. So going up, negative 2, negative 1, 0, and down, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So if we start and put 0 in for our x's, we're going to end up with y equals 7, right? That would be 0, that would be 0. So we just get the 7 on the end. 0 is easy to do. If we put our negative 1 in there, 2. If we put our negative 2 in there, negative 5. If we put our negative 3 in, should get negative 2, and if we put our negative 4 in, 7. So, plotting our points, 0 over up 7, negative 1 is down to negative 2, negative 2 is at negative 5, negative 3 is at negative 2, and at negative 4 we're at positive 7. And if I could hit my dots, I'd have my parabola. So on the third one, if x is equal to negative b over 2a, we're going to put what in for b? 8, and what in for a?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So if we simplify that, we would end up with 4. So 4, 5, and 6, and 3, and 2, or whichever order you want to put those in. So, darn, we don't have any zeros if we put 6 in for x.
Negative 6.
Negative 6. Five in for x.
Negative 3.
4 in for x.
Negative
3 in for x.
2. Negative 3.
And 2 in for x.
Negative 6.
Should look something sort of like that. 6, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, negative 3. 4, negative 2. 3, negative 3. And 2, negative 6. And this time our parabola flipped across the x-axis since we had the negative in front of our x squared.